Hello, welcome to my channel. Thank you for stopping by. And I have a few things to show you today that I've been working on. Things that could be used for Mother's Day, birthdays, anything female, vintage, or shabby chic. I have 4 projects right here that I've just finished, and I have some others on the side that I'll show you. But I watched this lady named Embellish the Story and Anne from Olducina on YouTube make these pretty cards with a bag attached on the back, and inside the bag are tags. So that's what I've done. I've collected lace for like 30 years and I'm trying to stop collecting, and I've been destashing a lot of my stash over on my Etsy shop, trying to clear out some space. No, not for new lace, because I just have too much. So I'm just trying to clear out space. And I'll show you some of the kits that I have over on my Etsy shop later. But first, let's just go through these, show you what they are. These are available in my Etsy shop if you have not gone Mother Day shopping, or if you haven't made your mother or your daughter or your grandma a project. This is a good way to start. And I will show you these 3 here are digitals that I have in my shop available for download if you would like to make your own. And there's one other one that I didn't do that's included in the digital download, so you might want to go check them out. And I think they're very pretty. This young lady, I put her in a heart with roses, and I've added some chiffon fabric here. Chiffon ribbon is what they call it, and a lot of lace. I have tons of lace I've been collecting for years. This here is part of a I'll show you right here, or when you open it up inside, you can see that this is a re-embroidered lace, as they call it. And what I did is, because it was too tall here, I cut off the top, and these are the tops that I cut off, and I just put them underneath her picture. And I also love to put die cuts of these flourishes when I can. I love these green glittered flourishes. They're so tiny. And I've got some more over here, and they just add a little something to the project, I think. So anyways, these are about 6 by 7, and you can see the lace here, and then I've inked up some paper, and here's more paper that I've ripped and torn and everything, and inside are tags. And these are pretty good size because this is tall. I made this 7 tall, 7 inches. So you've got a good size tag to put in there. And of course, this is her on the front, just in a smaller view. I added some ripped paper here, and I stamped, and I added some tulle up here. And on the back of these, I stamped these images. Now, these stamps are at least 20 years old. When I first got them, I was scrapbooking, and I didn't use them a lot, so I put them away. And just recently, I've been reorganizing my dining room with all my stuff in it, and I came across them, and I said, oh, how cool. I love those. I'm going to have to use them. So I've started using them again. So it's good to be able to use things you bought, even if it was 20 years ago. So what I did over here, though, these are, this is a new stamp that I bought from Christina Hill, and I've purchased some stamps from Lorna Taylor, Tailor Made Journals, and I love their stamps. They did a beautiful job on them. So I inked up the bag. This is a bag. This is a paper bag. It's not a glassine bag. It's very similar to a glassine, but it won't wrinkle like the glassine bags. I don't like glassine bags because they do wrinkle when you use them too much, when you mess with them, and the paper does not. So that's why I changed over to paper, but they're very similar to the glassine, just I feel a better quality. And I've inked it up, and I've added pink ink And what I did here is I used some darker brown. I can't remember the name of it right now, but it is a Tim Holtz Distress Ink ground something. And I always use that for my stamps. And then I take my ink and I fill in with a different color or vintage photo. I love to use vintage photo. And just kind of fill it in so that it almost looks like you've colored it, you know. And you haven't, but it gives it a really nice finished look to it. They look nice not colored in too. I had to really decide if I wanted to do that. And because I started it, I had to finish it. Okay, so they go in here. And there's a lot of room for journaling here and on the back. And these look really nice displayed too. What a lovely gift to give to someone that you care a lot about. Now this one is my favorite. I don't know, because it's blue maybe. I don't know why it's my favorite, but it is. She's also in my store as a digital download. They're all three of them. There's 4 of them total that are in one digital download. And I've added the flourishes here, the die cuts, and some flowers, and just a lot of appliques. And I've inked and torn everything. And then inside, these are appliques from a wedding gown that I got quite a while ago. And then I just added some blue trim up here, and some, this is sari silk, and a little cluster here. And then here are the tags. And I added a pretty double bow here with some blue gathered trim. And this I made into a like a notepad, just a little couple of pieces, because I realized after I got done stamping this whole thing up that I took all the room. There's no place to write anything. So I said, well, I'll give you a little place over here. And these stamps are also from Christina Hill or Lorna Taylor, I don't know which. But see, this one, I left a lot of space. And this one, I kind of got carried away. So I started stamping, and I couldn't stop because I haven't used these stamps in so long, and they look so pretty. And I love filling them in with the pink. I think that's kind of cool. So anyways, they come with that. And on the back here, I just inked around it with the Faded Jeans by Tim Holtz, the Distress ink. And here I did the same. I stamped, you know, with, this is a Christina Hill. I know that is her stamp. And so that's the second one. This one is also available in the digital collection. It's called the Rose Cottage collection, by the way, because I just love roses, and all these girls, I framed them with roses. So here I have an applique with some ribbon underneath, and part of a dress that I have here. This is a wedding gown applique, and then I have this pretty cool, I don't know what you call it, some kind of lace that I've collected over the years. And then this is gathered eyelet lace, some more of the ribbon here. And when you open it, this is definitely a Mother's Day card. There's the rest of that lace. And I put a Mother's Day saying in there. And this is my own note cards. I'm going to do a digital collection of note cards that I've made over the past year that I use on my own, because I really, my own style, I like certain things, and I don't like paying a lot of money for it, just like everybody else. So I make my own. I mean, what's a note card? Not hard to make. And this has a saying, children have neither past nor future. They enjoy the present, which very few of us do. So a Mother's Day card for sure, gift. Here's the back. Now this one, I coffee dyed this bag, and I really don't like it. And I'll just be honest with you. And I think I was just starting out with the stamping, and I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, so I just did. But I made a big tag to go inside, and it opens up like this. And over here is some Mother's Day sayings about children and mothers. And on the back, I stamped this pretty, put this pretty stamp on here. So inside, though, you do have room to write a message or to add a gift card, whatever. You have plenty of room in these, and so pretty to display. Standing up or laying down with an easel, whatever. These are really, really pretty, and I appreciate the women that came up with this idea because, wow, I've just had a lot of fun with that. Now this one is more of a folio. I started out with it as a bag, and I forgot how they made it. It was the first one I made. So I just went off on my own and started doing my own thing, which isn't always a good thing. But anyways, here's a button and applique. I love buttons. And I have a ton of this overlay with the pink roses. This is a dress that I cut out. And over here I added being a mother enables one to influence the future. Isn't that the truth? And I just added some lace trim of this here, and applique, music paper. I've ripped all this paper. And oh, I know what I was going to show you. I had purchased a book from a thrift store, and it was a book on mothers. And inside were some really pretty pages. This is one of the pages. I added this so that you could write something. I really hated covering up the scenery, but you can get the gist of what that scenery is by, it wasn't too big, you know what I mean? And let me just show you the tags. So these were the kind of pages the book had inside, and it had all kinds of sayings for mothers. So that's why I went to town, and here is a pretty lady, Victorian lady, and I've added lace. This is a flap, and it opens, and I added her children arise and call her blessed. I don't know if you can see that. And I popped her out from the flap, and this is some lace that I have a lot of and is available in my shop. And then this is part of that book. You can kind of see how it matches, the colors match. And I started ripping pages that didn't have any words on them, and I backed it with music paper, which I inked. And then this is a whole file folder thing made out of a file folder. And on this side is a pretty blue lady, and another saying for a mother, that you can know that this is a mother's gift for her. And messing the place up here. The graphics for this lady and for that lady, I will leave a link for this lady, but actually she only was in blue, and I made her in pink as well. I put her in my graphic program, and I changed the blue to pink because I wanted pink. And I love blue, but I really wanted a pink lady too. So I'm sorry if you get the graphic. She's with a vintage bride. I was looking up brides because I don't know, it's June, it's spring, and you see bridal shows all over, and they're advertising them. So I'm thinking brides, you know. And she was with a bride. The bride is on this side, and I cut her apart, and I also used the bride in something else. But anyways, so if you do purchase her, she only is in blue and the bride is in white, but they're very pretty, and you can see what I did with them. And then in here is a pocket, and this was a Mother's Day prayer that was in that book, so I thought this was a perfect space for it, big enough to put it here. And then I decorated with appliques and tulle and ink and ripping and all that fun stuff. And here I made the lady without a head. I liked her dress, and I thought, oh, that would be pretty just to dress it up. So dress it up with a dress. So I did. I added some more of the book pages and the music. And on here I cut out some of the sayings and decorated them to make little cards for tags for inside here, and whoever gets that will have a real nice gift to give, and special moments, you know, to give to your mother, grandmother, whatever. But anyway, so I stamped some shoes on here, and they're each different, and then I filled them in with pink ink. And this is chiffon ribbon, which I love, and I have a ton of that as well. So when you turn it over, it keeps getting stuck on there. This bag I embossed. I did not stamp, and I did not coffee dye it. I inked it, and then I kind of colored in the roses. I have a embossing stamp that has roses and leaves, and that's what I did with that bag. And the tags go right in here, like so. So they look pretty in the back, and they look pretty in the front. And what a nice thing to be able to give a gift that's pretty everywhere you look at it. And I really enjoy making things like that. My mother is no longer alive, so I have no one to give this to, but perhaps you'll purchase it and give it to someone. But these dresses are popped out, and well, she's not. I don't know why. But anyways, so that's the fourth one. And then I made this a while ago, and this is an envelope, and it has a snippet on the top. And here's a couple of decorative paper clips that I made that goes with it. There's a folio inside. I just covered the back of the paper clip, and I put a little bit of the eyelash trim in there so it would stick out. And these are bridal buttons. And I cannot pass up wedding gowns. I have to tear them to pieces and get all the beauty out of them. So these are those fabric covered wedding gown buttons. And I added them with a little piece of an applique. Now, isn't that cute? I mean, it's just a paper clip, but it goes so well. And this comes off. It's just pinned on a bull clip. And then I Velcroed it, and I added appliques here. Okay, don't get in my way there. Getting stuck to everything. Okay, a lot of appliques here. In the back, this is an old vintage wedding gown and lace over decorative paper. And inside is I'm moving that thing. It's just driving me nuts. It does not want to stay down. Okay, inside here is just a folio for writing. And I made pockets and a coffee dyed tablet in the middle. And tags that are pretty and stamped. Yeah, and stamped. On the back, I made 2 with the purse and 2 with the shoes. And again, I used the pink ink to color them in, kind of, and just spread it around. I think it gives a little bit more character with color. It was a hard decision because I like it both ways, and you just got to do what you like to do. And if you don't like that kind of thing, don't do that kind of thing. But if you do, you shouldn't say, well, everything's got to be brown and vintage. No, everything doesn't have to be. You can do what you want to do, and you can make things look shabby, chic, or whatever. So, anyways, that's that. Now, I did want to show you some things I have in my shop of lace. This is one of my spool dolls, and she comes with 5 yards of this pink lace. And then I have, I got the most beautiful bridal gown the other day. Oh, I didn't put her back together. Oh, maybe she's just fallen apart. Who knows? Okay. I took pictures, and that's why she's open. This is a vintage bride, and I purchased her graphic online, of course, on Etsy. Okay. And what I got on this wedding gown was this beautiful rose trim. And it was on the sleeves. So it was a limited amount. It's 12 inches wide, and it's 5.5 inches this way. And I just think it's just, and no stains. I think I have one with a stain, and I pointed that out on my Etsy shop. But look how, I don't know if you can see how pretty that is. And just one rose, just one, you know, chop right there. One, what would you call it? I can't think of the name. But one motif, that's what I'm thinking. One motif, you cut that and put it on something. Say something like this. You know, just one. Oh, look how pretty that is. How about 3? Yeah, it's just pretty. Let's do it on the back where it's a little plainer. Okay. Look how that just dresses that right up. I mean, that is so pretty. And even if you did just one, you still got something really jazzing it up, making it look so shabby. And this girl, she's 8 inches tall, and she's 8 inches tall. She comes with 12 inches of the same trim on her. And she's just, for wider laces, you can take her and wrap her up. And what I did was add a little bling. Nothing wrong with a little bling. And then I just pinned her together here with this pin, ball pin. Well, I don't want to mess with that right now. But that's 1, that's 2. I've sold 1, so I only have 3 of these left. I have 2 of the bride and 1 of this lady, and she has some bling. I love adding just something pretty, you know, blingy to the fronts of these girls because they should have it. And they've been in a box for a long time, I think. No, not really, because I just made them. But anyways, those are available. And then, oh, my little kitty cats. People like the kitty cats. I have only 1 of these with 5 yards of this lace on there. And, oh wait, I do have 4. Okay, never mind. It was, no, I had 5. All right, 1 has sold anyways. I know that. Ah, well, they're in my shop. You can see them. But let me show you some other things. This is a little bird, a vintage bird, and I don't want to take it apart, but I've printed some J.P. Coates and Clark design on the back. It's the same. Oh, that is the back. The front and the back of each card is the same. So you don't just get one bird on the front and cardboard on the back. No, this is chipboard. And I just add some bling to it. And there's a total of 10 yards of lace on here. And I have a ton more. Believe me, I'm out of my mind to keep buying. So I've got to stop. And then I have these cute little birds. Yeah, I got all this stuff with eyelash trim on them. And they say Merry Birds on the cardboard. And there's 5 yards of eyelash trim of each color. So there's 15 yards of eyelash trim on here. And the front and the back is the same. And so this one is a kitty cat. And she has a different color. I added black to this one because I figure sometimes you need some black trim. And this matches her hat. So you have 5 different colors here, 15 yards. And let's see. Oh, here's another bird. I have this, this is really vintage lace. I have this two-toned trim that I've had for a long time. And this. And, oh, see, this is the front. I'm not doing too well here. Okay. Well, you know, if you can grab something and you think the back is the front, then it's pretty good. It's, you know what I mean? If you can grab something, you know it's the back. Well, anyways, so this is what this is. There's 10 yards of trim on here. And let's see, what else do we have? Another blue one here. Another blue bird. And this has... Okay, so we were interrupted, and I was showing you this bird lace, and I made a mistake. There is not 10 yards of lace on any of these. It's 5 yards, because each piece is a yard each. This is a navy. This is colonial. Then you have this blue and white lace, which is vintage. and some other laces under here, but you get 5 different colors and sizes of lace. So check them out in my store if you're interested in lace. Okay, and then I have similar ones like this in my store. I put the Vintage Bride there because this is the season that brides, you see the bridal shows, and everywhere I go I see them advertised, and I just love the Vintage Bride look. And she has a pretty bouquet, and I stamped Vintage Boutique on here and on both sides. This is coffee dyed and cream lace, different kinds, 5 different kinds, a yard each. And then I have more, but I'm just going to show you a couple here. And this lady is so vintage and cute, and I like her. You get some appliques, some flowers, coffee dyed cream. I like that. So anyways, the other thing I wanted to tell you about is new in my store are some lace kits. And they come with a box. But the thing of it is, let me open this. When you get your kit, you will receive it flat, okay? So that I can ship it and it doesn't cost a lot of money. So you'll receive it like this. And I tell you that in the store too, flat, and you'll be able to put the box together. All you got to do is put the tabs in the right slots, and that's all there is. Bend it where it's scored, and we all know how to work with scored items, don't we? And you'll get, this lady is only 6 inches tall. My other bride was 8 inches. So you'll get her with some trim and a little bling. And you'll get a bunch of different laces and appliques off of wedding gowns. And just some, this is so cool. It's see-through, but yet it's so sparkly. And some old appliques and some new appliques. Some flowers. I've got a few flowers here. And another applique piece. Some lace. And now this is brand new, not brand new, but it's new in my shop. And I think it's pretty cool. It's kind of like got a grid across it with appliques. I don't have a lot of it, so I cut it up. I believe it's like 12 by 10, might be 8. I tell you in the shop anyways. And then this is some beautiful pale pink rose tulle with embroidered roses in there. And it's really nice to use. I used it on the Mother's Day front cover here, you can see. And right there with a snippet. And right over here underneath the paper I put here, you can see some more of it. And it's just very subdued. And I like that. It's shabby, it's chic, and very pretty. And it doesn't clash with a lot of things. You can use a lot of different pinks and it'll go nicely with them all. And then we have a piece of this, which is like a filigree is what I'm thinking, but it's obviously not handmade. So you get a piece of that. And get this out of the way because it keeps jumping around. Some more lace with netting attached to tulle, and you'll get buttons, bridal buttons, and flowers. Now, what I did also is I painted this box, and I painted this box just to give you an idea what you can do. None of these boxes will come painted. You will have to paint your own. But just to give you an idea of what you can do after you get a box. And this is another box. It'll be in a brown box. And this little lady she's 6 inches tall. Let me move her out of the way here. I don't want to get them confused. And I have roses and lace. And I love this. A piece of that. And some more lace and more lace. And more appliques. Pretty, pretty, pretty. This is a very big piece. Lots of appliques on here. Very thick. And then part of a wedding gown for appliques. Little piece of trim here, some trim here, pretty lace, different. I love using that. And then a big piece of, this is a sateen with pink bows on it, which I just think is so pretty. So I think this is like a 12 by 12 or a 12 by 10, something like that. It should say in my shop. If not, you can always message me and I'll be glad to measure it if you're interested in it. So this is what I wanted to show you. So these will come out like that, and you'll get them, like I said, they'll all be in a brown box. I have a pink set here. I'm not going to show you all of them, but this is a little Maud Humphrey girl, and appliques and roses and filet and some of that pink sateen. And then I also did it, this is a white box, believe it or not. I painted it with gesso, and I didn't, you know, spend a lot of time on it, but I wanted that whitewash look, that's why. Otherwise, because I used to paint all the time. And this is a little mannequin doll that I've wrapped some trim around, and she'll come in this box or with this box. And there's a lot of trims in here, and this is so pretty too. You know, I just decided I'm never going to use all this. I've got so much of it, so many different shades and designs. I got to do something. I got to get rid of it so I can buy more. No, I did not say that. Okay, and a piece of this, which I got a lot of this, and I think it's just sitting there going to waste because I just don't have the time to use it all. And some tulle that matches. This is hand-dyed lace. I dyed this. It's pretty cool. Goes great with this, which will be in the box. And then this is a nice big piece of linen. And you could cover a whole journal with that, or I don't know, whatever you wanted to. Really, you got plenty to do to make a project. And so I'm trying to hurry up here. I don't want to take all of your time. So that, and then this, another bridal one. So that's got pretty much the same as the first bridal one that I showed you. Okay, now tomorrow night I'm going to be coming back, and I've made a Mother's Day easel card. Now, I don't know if you've ever made an easel card, but they're cards that stand up and display themselves. Very simple to do, but you got to know the mechanics of it. And I'm going to try to make at least one more before I come on tomorrow night. And you can make them any style, very easy to make. So I hope you'll come back tomorrow night and look for the easel card demonstration, and maybe I'll even make one while we're on camera. That kind of makes me nervous, but I may try it. So I just want to thank you for stopping by and spending some time with me and looking at all my stuff. And I hope you'll go to my store and check it out. Also, I hope you, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I'd appreciate it. So I'll see you tomorrow night.